Hi, I'm Katie Cleary, President and founder of World Animal News and Peace for Animals. And these are the top breaking animal news stories making headlines, and how you can get involved. Some good news, as a first-of-its-kind elephant rewilding project plans to release a herd of 13 captive elephants from the UK back to their ancestral homeland of Kenya. The Aspinall Foundation is quite literally taking on its largest conservation challenge ever by flying the elephants more than 4,349 miles across the globe. The foundation will work with the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust and Kenya Wildlife Service on this massive task, which will mark the first time that a herd of elephants has ever been rewilded anywhere in the world. The organization also hopes that this will stimulate a positive effect in the zoo industry by discouraging the trade of elephants globally, while strengthening communities to return animals back into the wild whenever possible. The New South Wales government is challenged in court by Farm Transparency Project over ag laws that limit public exposure to cruelty in slaughterhouses. The High Court challenge is based on the implied freedom of political communication in the Australian Constitution, which Farm Transparency Project argues is at odds with ag laws, which seek to hinder the exposure of systematic commercialized animal cruelty. This in turn limits the ability of the Australian public to know what they are paying for when they're purchasing meat, dairy, and eggs. A huge victory, as Canada Goose will be going 100% fur-free by the end of 2022. After more than a decade of global controversy and protests by animal advocates, Canada Goose announced that it will end the use of all fur products. The company will stop purchasing fur by the end of 2021 and cease to manufacture fur no later than the end of 2022. You can help by urging fashion brands that still sell fur to make compassion the fashion. Grammy Award-winning songwriter Diane Warren facilitates the rescue of 2 cows that escaped from a California slaughterhouse. 41 cows recently escaped from the Manning Beef Slaughterhouse in Pico Rivera, California. Captured on video, the terrified animals running for their lives through a neighborhood in Los Angeles. Sadly, 1 cow was shot by a responding deputy with the LA County Sheriff's Department, while 38 were then recovered and returned to the facility where they were then killed. We're happy to report that 2 of the cows were rescued over the course of 7 days. One had the opportunity to talk exclusively with several of the people that were involved in saving the cows, who now call Farm Sanctuary their home. For our in-depth interviews with the activists that were instrumental in the rescues of the 2 cows, visit worldanimalnews.com. In legislative news, Hawaii passes 7 new animal protection laws, including a ban on killing sharks in state waters. Animal advocates across Hawaii are celebrating the close of a successful legislative year, which includes banning the intentional killing of sharks, prohibiting the sale of cosmetics produced as a result of animal testing. They became the 7th state to ban the intentional release of balloons. They also joined the Interstate Wildlife Violator Compact, which will crack down on wildlife poaching, prohibiting inhumane dog tethering, as well as ensuring that animals have adequate shelter when left unsupervised, prohibiting sexual abuse against animals, and protecting veterinarians from liability for providing emergency treatment to animals. May these major victories set an example for the rest of the country to follow. A WAN exclusive on the California Deforestation Free Procurement Act advancing to the Senate Appropriations Committee. The bill aims to protect forests and wildlife. Introduced earlier this year by California Assemblymember Ash Kalra, AB 416 is co-sponsored by Peace for Animals, Social Compassion and Legislation, Friends of the Earth, and the Natural Resources Defense Council. As previously reported by WAN, if passed into law, California would become the first state in the nation to require that all state contracts involving commodities such as palm oil, soy, cattle, rubber, paper, pulp, and timber would maintain a no deforestation, no peat, and no exploitation policy. Contractors would also have to certify that their operations are not linked to tropical forest destruction and degradation, or abuses of Indigenous peoples' rights. Brave activists intercept a slaughter transport truck, saving the lives of 68 dogs on their way to China's Yulin Dog Meat Festival. The compassionate group decided to take matters into their own hands after Yulin authorities failed to set up more highway checkpoints to stop and confiscate dogs from inbound trucks on their way to slaughterhouses. The traumatized and injured dogs, many of whom were stolen pets, were crammed inside rusty wire cages in the suffocating heat. Thankfully, the rescued animals are now safe. Horrifically, an estimated 30 million dogs per year are killed across Asia for their meat, some 10 to 20 million in China alone. It's time to put an end to the dog meat trade for good. In some promising news, a new wolf pack in California marks the third pack to establish a home in the state in nearly 100 years. Named the Beckworth Pack, the group of 3 wolves was first confirmed in May, but not officially announced until recently. California currently has 2 other existing groups of wolves, the Lassen Pack, confirmed in 2017, and the Whaleback Pair, which is not yet a pack, that was confirmed in late 2020. California's only other known wolf pack in modern times, the Shasta Pack, was confirmed in the summer of 2015, but sadly disappeared a few months later. It's illegal to kill wolves in the state as they are protected under California's Endangered Species Act. In plant-based news, Beyond Meat launches Beyond Chicken Tenders in nearly 400 restaurants throughout the United States. Like all Beyond Meat products, they're made from simple plant-based ingredients like fava beans and peas. An excellent source of protein with 14 grams per serving, Beyond Meat chicken tenders have 40% less saturated fat than traditional tenders. To find your nearest restaurant, please visit our website. For more breaking animal news stories and how you can help, visit worldanimalnews.com.